Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I am Heather with Rose Hill Paper Cottage, and this is, I believe, the 7th video in this Make a Journal with Me series. I am going to work on a band. I know I said I was not going to do a band, but I tried all sorts of different trims, laces, saris. I mean, I tried everything, and it just seemed like things just didn't, they didn't look right because of the little charm that I have down there, and I have that white lace. Everything just seemed to clash, and I just didn't like it. So this band, which I'm just using a piece from the quilt, just seemed to kind of hold that down, camouflage it, sort of. So then, the actual closure looks better. So anyway, I'm just showing you here. I'm going to do like an eyelet on each end. And I love how the pattern that I chose is it mimics kind of like the back cover. So I just show you here, I'm using 3/16 of an inch, and I always write on the back of the package where I should turn the little, dial things to, because I always forget. So I just wrote it on the back of the package so you can see it there. So I use the setting A and 1 for the 3/16. So I'm going to look through these eyelets, and I ultimately will go with the silver because they match those snaps on the front, but I am going to kind of look at the other colors. In the big scheme of things, the color of this really isn't that important when you end up seeing what I do. So, and the crocodile is really good. It just cuts through fabric really easily. And I just trim out a little bit of that fabric, and then I just go ahead and I punch it. And I squeeze it, fairly hard. And it splits, all on the back and then kind of curls under. I wish, there was a flatter one, and I think I did I think if I use the double ones with the washer, maybe it would be a better finish. But anyway, it works here. So here's this sari, that I had tried out earlier, which, was off camera. And I just didn't like it with it clashing with that lace, but now this is going to take care of it. And I especially love that section where, on the front there, where the two saris are connected. I just love that detail. So I'm kind of looking at it and just deciding, if I'm happy with it, if I like it, if I should do something else. It seems a little plain to me, but I mean, there's already a lot going on the front of the journal, so I don't want it to be too busy, but I don't want it to be boring either. So I kind of just think about stuff. So here I am, I'm looping it back through the hole again, which kind of really actually covers up the eyelet, but that wasn't my point. My point was so that the sari wouldn't move. It would stay put, from being tied and untied and tied and untied, that it would just stay right there. So I just kind of looped it back through, and then that way it's a lot easier, to tie it and untie it, because the sari just wouldn't move really there. And I just keep adjusting it till I like it. And there are so many different ways that you can put, ribbons once you've used eyelets and stuff. Um, but you just have to play around with it and mess with it, and until you like what you see. So I'm kind of looking at that, and I'm kind of, I like it a lot better than it was without that band. But I'm thinking should I add something else to it? Is it too plain? So I'm going to pull some different trims here and just kind of look at them. And this is cute. It's a little bit too white. You can see that the quilt has more of a creamy color, so that could always be tea dyed. So I don't really, worry about that. I just try to envision it. But I really like this one. I think this one is really, really super cute. And I don't actually end up doing anything on this video because I want to sit on it. But the more that I look at it and the more that I think about it now, I really feel like I might stitch that, to the closure there, because I really like it. So while I'm thinking about it, I just go ahead and move on. I wanted to put something in this back pocket, and I thought, I should probably put it's nice to have an extra piece to journal on. and I did it on the front, and I thought, let me use some of this wallpaper, because as I was like going through different, things when I was, making stuff for the journal, I mean, this pattern kind of kept looking at me, and I kind of kept coming back to it, but I didn't do anything with it, and so I'm like, I saw it again today, and I was just like. I think it belongs in this journal. I just keep, it just keeps catching my attention basically. So I compared like a different, couple papers because it does have the blue in it. But then I ultimately decide that this green looks the best. It's very green and pink, even though there is that little bit of blue. And the threads on the pocket, have pink and green in it. So I thought this is just going to be the one that's going to be it. So what I failed to do here is I failed to like measure my paper size, the length of it, if it would even fit in the pocket. I just got like all excited to use this wallpaper scrap. So, but you'll see what I do. I end up making it work. And I'm using the Beacons glue again. I just really love using it because it's a quick dry, and it doesn't wrinkle the paper, and it's good for like a larger job. Otherwise, a lot of times I will use the glitter glue, but it's for smaller jobs in my opinion, not big surfaces. So I'm just kind of like gluing this dictionary page down. And then I use this ruler constantly. I love it. And then now I'm going to glue this old wallpaper down. And I just love that it's like ripped and torn and all that sort of stuff. It just, I don't know, it's so pretty. I really, really love it. So I'll get that all situated. And then this is when I kind of have my oh no moment where it's too long. So I have to tear some off. So my overall vision of having that green at the bottom, was like gone. So I'm kind of like thinking about it. And then I decided to go ahead and take off this extra like bulk basically. But there's still tons and tons of journaling space there. And then I realized I'm going to have to go shorter. So I go a little bit shorter. And then I know this is where I'm using the glitter glue to get into like this little small little spot here where I want it to just adhere a lot better. I don't really want that to be loose. So I'm roughing up the edges a bit, to try to bring that green back. And then I believe I decide to start inking it a little bit, just kind of make it look a little bit age where it kind of naturally, where the corner folded there, and just, where I've torn the paper, it just looks too fresh, against all of the tea dyed surface. So just really, really light, staining, or distressing, I suppose is the correct word. So I'll try to fit it back into the pocket. I just feel like it's a little bit of a struggle. So I feel like it needs to be shortened. Just see, it just isn't going in smoothly, and it should go in smoother. Um, I just feel like it's a little bit too long still. So I'll trim it again. And then I kind of have to go back over the bottom and kind of distress it a little bit, and you'll see me do that process there. So really, like, this is kind of it. I'll do the flip through. That would be the next video. And then I'll have this listed in my shop. But I'm so excited. It turned out really cute, and I just really appreciate everybody that has tuned in and followed along. And if you make one, I would love to see it. You can follow me on Instagram at Rosehill Paper, and tag me if you want to, and then I can see what you came up with as well. So there we go. And this time it's going to fit really good. So thanks for joining me, guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.